Hey everybody, welcome back to a reading of the Bible. We are in the book of Joshua, which we have not read since January. So I got to catch up on that. So we're going to start actually in chapter 6 of Joshua. Oh, chapter 5, excuse me. Okay. There we go. So here we go, Joshua chapter 5. We'll see how long I can. There we go. Okay. There we go. Chapter 5. Excuse me. It came to pass when all the kings of the Amorites who were on the side of Jordan westward, and all the kings of the Canaanites which were by the sea, heard the Lord had dried up the waters of Jordan, the Jordan, from before the children of Israel until we were passed over, that their heart melted, neither was there spirit in them any more because of the children of Israel. At that time the Lord said unto Joshua, Make these sharp knives, and circumcise again the children of Israel the second time. Joshua made him sharp knives and circumcised the children of Israel at the hill of the foreskins. This is the cause why Joshua did circumcise all the people that came out of Egypt that were males, even all the men of war died in the wilderness by the way, after they came out of Egypt. Now all the people that came out were circumcised, but all the people that were born in the wilderness by the way, as they came forth of Egypt, them they had not circumcised. Okay. That makes sense. For the children of Israel walked 40 years in the wilderness, till all the people that were men of war who came out of Egypt were consumed or died, because they obeyed not the voice of the Lord, unto whom the Lord sware that he would not show them the land, which the Lord sware unto their fathers that he would give us, a land that floweth with milk and honey. Their children, whom he had raised up in their stead, them Joshua circumcised, for they were uncircumcised, because they had not circumcised them by the way. So we understand. It came to pass when they had done circumcising all the people, that they abode in their places in the camp till they were whole, or till they healed, really. The Lord said unto Joshua, This day have I rolled away the reproach of Egypt from off you, wherefore the name of the place is called Gilgal unto this day. The children of Israel encamped in Gilgal and kept the Passover on the 14th day of the month at evening in the plains of Jericho. They did eat of the old corn of the land on the morrow, after the Passover, unleavened cakes and parched corn in the selfsame day. The manna ceased on the morrow after they had eaten of the old corn of the land, neither had the children of Israel manna any more, but they did eat of the fruit of the land of Canaan that year. It came to pass when Joshua was by Jericho that he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there stood a man over against him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto him and saith unto him, Art thou for us, or for our adversaries? He said, the soldier said, Nay, but as captain of the host of the Lord am I now come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth, and did worship, and said unto him, What saith my Lord unto his servant? The captain of the Lord's host said unto Joshua, Loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place whereon thou standest is holy. And Joshua did so. Chapter 6. Now Jericho was straitly shut up because of the children of Israel. None went out, and none came in. The Lord said unto Joshua, See, I have given unto thy hand Jericho, and the king thereof, and the mighty men of valor. Ye shall compass the city, all ye men of war, and go round about the city once. Thus shalt thou do 6 days. 7 priests shall bear before the ark 7 trumpets of ram's horns, and the 7th day ye shall compass the city 7 times, and the priests shall blow with the trumpets. It shall come to pass that when they make a long blast with the ram's horn, and when they hear the sound of the trumpet, all the people shall shout with a great shout, and the wall of the city shall fall down flat, and the people shall ascend up, every man straight before him. Joshua the son of Nun called the priests and said unto them, Take up the ark of the covenant, and let 7 priests bear 7 trumpets of ram's horns before the ark of the Lord. He said unto the people, Pass on and compass the city, and let him that is armed pass on before the ark of the Lord. It came to pass, when Joshua had spoken unto the people, that the 7 priests bearing the 7 trumpets of ram's horns passed on before the Lord, and blew with the trumpets, and the ark of the covenant of the Lord followed them. The armed men went before the priests that blew with the trumpets, and the reward came after the ark. The priests going on and blowing with the trumpets. Joshua commanded the people, saying, Ye shall not shout, nor make any noise with your voice, neither shall any word proceed out of your mouth. Until the day I bid you shout, then you shall shout. So the ark of the Lord compassed the city, going about it once. And they came into the camp and lodged in the camp. Joshua rose early in the morning, and the priests took up the ark of the Lord. 7 priests bearing 7 trumpets of ram's horns before the ark of the Lord went on continually and blew with the trumpets, and the armed men went before them. But the reward, okay, what's reward? Seriously? Come on, King James people. Verse 9, footnote here, verse 9. Reward is rear guard. Seriously? You couldn't just say rear guard? The last people in the guard. Taking the caboose, if you will. So let me see if that's the same word. I think it is. In verse 13, same word. Verse 13. Oh, I'm looking at 23. Verse 13. Yeah, rear guard. Same word. Reward, re-guard. Rear guard. The last people in the assembly marching. That's what it means. Come on, King James people. Rear guard came after the ark of the Lord, the priests going on and blowing with the trumpets. Verse 14. The 2nd day they compassed the city once and returned unto the camp. So they did this 6 days. It came to pass on the 7th day that they rose early about the dawning of the day, and compassed the city after the same manner 7 times. 7 times. Only on that day they compassed the city 7 times. It came to pass at the 7th time, when the priests blew with the trumpets, Joshua said unto the people, Shout, for the Lord hath given you this city. The city shall be accursed, even it and all that are therein, to the Lord. Only Rahab the harlot shall live, which we read back in January. Rahab the harlot shall live, and she and all that are in her house, with her in the house, because she hid the messengers that we sent. Ye in any wise keep yourselves from the accursed thing, lest ye make yourselves accursed, when ye take of the accursed thing, and make the camp of Israel accursed, and trouble it. But all the silver, the gold, the vessels of brass and iron are consecrated unto the Lord. They shall come into the treasury of the Lord. So the people shouted when sorry, when the priests blew with the trumpets, and it came to pass, when the people heard the sound of the trumpet, and the people shouted with a great shout, that the wall fell down flat, so that the people went up into the city, every man straight before him, and they took the city. They utterly destroyed all that was in the city, both man and woman, young and old, ox, sheep, donkeys, with the edge of the sword, and donkeys with the edge of the sword. Joshua had said unto the two men that had spied out the country, Go into the harlot's house, and bring out thence the woman and all that she hath, as ye swear unto her. The young men that were spies went in and brought out Rahab, her father, her mother, her brethren, and all that she had, and they brought out all her kindred, and left them outside the camp of Israel. They burnt the city with fire, and all that was therein. Only the silver, the gold, the vessels of brass and iron, they put into the treasury of the house of the Lord. Joshua saved Rahab the harlot alive, and her father's household, and all that she had. And she dwelleth in Israel even unto this day, because she hid the messengers who Joshua sent to spy out Jericho. Joshua adjourned them at that time, saying, Accursed be the man before the Lord, that riseth up and buildeth the city Jericho. He shall lay the foundation thereof in his firstborn, and his youngest son shall he set up the gates of it. Chapter 7. Oh, wait. So the verse 27 and 6. So the Lord was with Joshua, and his fame was noised throughout all the country. Now chapter 7. But the children of Israel committed a trespass in the accursed thing. For Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zerah of the tribe of Judah, took of the accursed thing, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against the children of Israel. Joshua sent men from Jericho to Ai, which is beside Beth Aven, on the east side of Beth El, and spoke unto them, saying, Go up and view the country. The men went up and viewed Ai. They returned to Joshua and said unto him, Let not all the people go up, but let about 2,000 or 3,000 men go up and smite Ai, and make not all the people to labor thither, for they are but few. So there went up thither of the people about 3,000 men, and they fled before the men of Ai. The men of Ai smote of them about 36 men, for they chased them from before the gates unto Shebarim, and smote them in the going down, wherefore the hearts of the people melted and became as water. Joshua rent his clothes and fell to the earth upon his face before the ark of the Lord until the eventide, he and the elders of Israel, and put dust upon their heads. Joshua said, Alas, O Lord God, wherefore hast thou at all brought this people over Jordan to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites to destroy us? Would to God we had been content and dwelt on the other side of Jordan. O Lord, what shall I say when Israel turneth her backs before their enemies? For the Canaanites and all the inhabitants of the land shall hear of it, and shall environ us around, and cut off our name from the earth. And what wilt thou do unto thy great name? The Lord said unto Joshua, Get thee up, and wherefore liest thou thus upon thy face? Israel hath sinned, and they have also transgressed my covenant, which I commanded them, for they have even taken of the accursed thing, and have also stolen and dissembled also. And they have put it even among their own stuff. Therefore the children of Israel could not stand before their enemies, but turned their backs before their enemies, because they were accursed. Neither will I be with you any more, except ye destroy the accursed from among you. Up, sanctify the people, and say, Sanctify yourselves against tomorrow. For thus saith the Lord God of Israel, This is an accursed thing in the midst of thee, O Israel. Thou canst not stand before thine enemies, until ye take away the accursed thing from among you. In the morning, therefore, ye shall be brought according to your tribes, and it shall be that the tribe which the Lord taketh shall come according to the families thereof, And the family which the Lord shall take shall come by households, and the households which the Lord shall take shall come man by man. It shall be that he that is taken from the accursed thing shall be burnt with fire, he and all that he hath, because he hath transgressed the covenant of the Lord. And because he hath wrought folly in Israel. So Joshua rose up early in the morning and brought Israel by the tribes, and the tribe of Judah was taken. He brought the family of Judah, and he took the family of the Zarites, and he brought the family of the Zarites man by man, and Zabdi was taken. He brought his household man by man, and Achan the son of Carmi, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, was taken. Joshua went unto Achan, my son, give, I pray thee, glory to the God of Israel, and make confession unto him, and tell him now what thou hast done. Hide it not from me. Achan answered Joshua and said, indeed, I have sinned against the Lord God of Israel, and thus have I done. When I saw among the spoils a goodly Babylonish garment, and 200 shekels of silver, and a wedge of gold of 50 shekels weight, that I coveted them and took them. And behold, they are hid in the earth in the midst of my tent, and the silver under it. So Joshua sent messengers, and they ran unto the tent, and behold, it was hid in its tent, and the silver under it. They took them out of the midst of the tent, and brought them unto Joshua and unto all the children of Israel, and laid them out before the Lord. Joshua and all Israel with him took Achan the son of Zerah, the silver, the garment, the wedge of the gold, and his sons, his daughters, his oxen, his donkeys, and his sheep, his tent, and all that he had, and they brought them unto the valley of Achor. Joshua said, why hast thou troubled us? The Lord shall trouble thee this day. And all Israel stoned them with stones, and burned them with fire after they had stoned them with stones. They raised over him a great heap of stones unto this day. So the Lord turned from the fierceness of his anger, wherefore the name of that place is called the Valley of Achor unto this day. Chapter 8. The Lord said unto Joshua, fear not, neither be thou dismayed. Take all the people of war with thee, and arise and go up to Ai. See, I have given unto thy hand the king of Ai, and his people, and his city, and his land. Thou shalt do to Ai and her king as thou didst unto Jericho and her king. Only the spoil thereof and the cattle thereof shall ye take for a prey unto yourselves. Lay thee in ambush for the city behind it. So Joshua arose, and all the people of war to go up, and all the people of war arose to go up against Ai, and Joshua chose out of 30,000 mighty men of valor, and sent them away by night. He commanded them, saying, behold, ye shall lie in wait against the city, even behind the city. Go not very far from the city, but be ye all ready. I and all the people that are with thee will approach unto the city. It shall come to pass, when they come out against us as at the first, that we will flee before them. For they will come out after us till we have drawn them from the city. For they will say, they flee before us as at the first, therefore we will flee before them. Then you shall rise up from the ambush, seize upon the city, for the Lord your God will deliver it into your hand. It shall be, when ye have taken the city, that ye shall set the city on fire. According to the commandment of the Lord shall ye do. See, I have commanded you. Joshua therefore sent them forth, and they went to lie in ambush and abode between Bethel and Ai, on the west side of Ai. But Joshua lodged that night among the people. Joshua rose up early in the morning and numbered the people, and went up, he and the elders of Israel, before the people of Ai. All the people, even the people of war that were with him, went up and drew near or nigh, and came before the city, and pitched on the north side of Ai. Now there was a valley between them and Ai. He took about 5,000 men, and set them to lie in ambush between Bethel and Ai, on the west side of the city. When they had set the people, even all the host that was on the north of the city, and their liers in wait on the west of the city, Joshua went that night into the midst of the valley. It came to pass when the king of Ai saw it that they hasted and rose up early. And the men of the city went out against Israel to battle, he and all his people, at a time appointed before the plain. But he wist not that there were liars, or knew not that there were liars in the ambush against him behind the city. Joshua and all Israel made as if they were beaten before them, and they fled by the way of the wilderness. All the people that were in Ai were called together to pursue after them. And they pursued after Joshua and were drawn away from the city. There was not a man left in Ai or Bethel that went not out after Israel. And they left the city open and pursued after Israel. The Lord said unto Joshua, Stretch out the spear that is in thy hand toward Ai, for I will give it into thine hand. And Joshua stretched out the spear that he had in his hand toward the city. The ambush arose quickly out of their place, and they ran as soon as he had stretched out his hand. And they entered into the city, took it, and hasted, and set the city on fire. Ooh. When the men of Ai looked behind them, they saw, and behold, the smoke of the city ascending up to heaven. And they had no power to flee this way or that way, and the people that fled to the wilderness turned back upon the pursuers. When Joshua and all Israel saw that the ambush had taken the city, that the smoke of the city ascended, that they turned again and slew the men of Ai. The other issued out of the city against them. So they were in the midst of Israel, some on this side, some on that side, and they smote them, so that they let none of them remain or escape. The king of Ai they took alive and brought him to Joshua. It came to pass, when Israel had made an end of slaying all the inhabitants of Ai in the field, in the wilderness, wherein they chased them, and when they were all fallen on the edge of the sword, until they were consumed, that all the Israelites returned unto Ai, and smote it with the edge of the sword. So it was that all that fell that day, both men and women, were 12,000, even all the men of Ai. For Joshua drew not his hand back, wherewith he stretched out the spear, until he had utterly destroyed all the inhabitants of Ai. Only the cattle and the spoil that cities Israel took, took for prey unto themselves, according unto the word of the Lord, which he commanded Joshua. Joshua burnt Ai and made it a heap forever, even a desolation unto this day. The king of Ai he hanged on a tree until eventide. And as soon as the sun was down, Joshua commanded that they should take his carcass down from the tree and cast it at the entering of the gate of the city, and raise thereon a great heap of stones that remaineth unto this day. Then Joshua built an altar unto the Lord God of Israel in Mount Ebal, as Moses the servant of the Lord commanded the children of Israel, as it is written in the book of the law of Moses, an altar of whole stones, over which no man hath lifted up any iron. And they offered thereon burnt offerings unto the Lord, and sacrificed peace offerings. He wrote there upon the stones a copy of the law of Moses, which he wrote in the presence of the children of Israel. All Israel and their elders, the officers, the judges, stood on this side of the ark, and on that side before the priests and the Levites, who bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, as well the stranger as he that was born among them, half of them over against Mount Gerizim, and half of them over against Mount Ebal, as Moses the servant of the Lord had commanded before, that they should bless the people of Israel. Afterward he read all the words of the law, the blessings and cursings, according to all that is written in the book of the law. There was not a word of all that Moses commanded which Joshua had not read before all the congregation of Israel, with the women, the little ones, and the strangers that were conversant among them. Chapter 9. It came to pass, when all the kings which were on this side Jordan, in the hills and in the valleys, and all the coasts of the city, great sea, over against Lebanon, the Hittite, the Amorite, the Canaanite, the Perizzite, the Hivite, the Jebusite, heard thereof. They that gathered themselves together to fight with Joshua and with Israel with one accord. When the inhabitants of Gibeon heard what Joshua had done unto Jericho and to Ai, they did work willfully, probably willfully, verse 4, maybe not craftily, and went and made as if they had been ambassadors, and took old sacks upon their donkeys, and wine bottles old and rent and bound up, old shoes and clouded shoes upon their feet, old garments upon them, and all the bread of their provision was dry and moldy. Ugh. They went to Joshua unto the camp of Gilgal, and said unto him and to the men of Israel, We be come from a far country, now therefore make ye a league with us. The men of Israel said unto the Hivites, Peradventure ye dwell among us, and how shall we make a league with you? They said unto Joshua, We are thy servants. And Joshua said unto them, Who are ye, and from whence come ye? They said unto him, From a very far country thy servants are come, because of the name of the Lord thy God, for we have heard the fame of him, and all that he did in Egypt, all that he did to the two kings of the Amorites who were beyond Jordan, to Sihon king of Heshbon, and to Og king of Bashan, who was at Ashtaroth, or which was at Ashtaroth. Wherefore our elders and all the inhabitants of our country spake to us, saying, Take victuals with you for the journey, and go to meet them, and say unto them, We are your servants, therefore now make ye a league with us. This is our bread we took hot for our provisions out of our houses on the day we come forth to go unto you. But now behold, it is dry and moldy. These bottles of wine which we filled were new, and behold, they be rent, and these are garments, and our shoes are become old by reason of the very long journey. The men took of their victuals, and asked not counsel at the mouth of the Lord. Joshua made peace. Yeah, I'm good. Joshua made peace with them, and made a league with them to let them live. And the princes of the congregation swore unto them. Came to pass at the end of 3 days, after they had made a league with them, that they heard that they were their neighbors, and that they dwell among them. The children of Israel journeyed and came unto the cities on the 3rd day. Now the cities were Gibeon, Shephirah, and Beeroth, and Kirjath Jearim. The children of Israel smote them not, because the princes of the congregation had sworn unto them by the Lord God of Israel. And all the congregation murmured against the princes. But all the princes said unto all the congregation, We have sworn unto them by the Lord God of Israel, now therefore we may not touch them. This we will do to them. We will even let them live, lest wrath be upon us, because of the oath which we swore unto them. The princes said unto them, Let them live, but let them be hewers of wood and drawers of water. Let them live, but let them be hewers of wood and drawers of water unto all the congregation, as the princes had promised them. Joshua called for them, and he spake unto them, saying, Wherefore have ye beguiled us, saying, We are very far from you, when you dwell among us? Now therefore ye are cursed, and there shall none of you be freed from being bondmen, and hewers of wood and drawers of water for the house of my God. They answered Joshua and said, Because it was certainly told thy servants, how that the Lord thy God commanded his servant Moses to give you all the land, and to destroy all the inhabitants of the land from before you. Therefore we were sore afraid of our lives because of you, and have done this thing. Now behold, we are in thine hand, as it seemeth good and right unto thee to do unto us, do. So did he unto them, and delivered them out of the hand of the children of Israel, that they slew them not. Joshua made them that they hewers of wood, and drawers of water for the congregation, and for the altar of the Lord, even unto this day, in the place which he should choose. So that is chapters 5 through 9. I hope you enjoyed this reading. We'll get to more readings of Joshua on Sunday. Hopefully on Sunday, we'll see. Tomorrow I may be able to read some more on Joshua as well to catch up. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.